Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, wherever you are tuning in from. This is a BS Buddies podcast. I'm your host, Joe. That is your host, Ian. And today we are going to run through a couple lists of the most overplayed songs in history and give our opinion on them. I got a list of 25 we're going to run through first. Ian's got a list that we'll hit at the end.
There's some good ones in there. There's some real not good ones in there. Also, Joe, I'd just like to specify that when we say in history, history is like the last 25 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe 50 if you go back a little bit more.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
like,
Beethoven's
no more
Sonata
than 50.
Sucks! I'm tired of going to the play and only hearing Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. This is garbage. I want some Bach in there, man. Come on. Can you imagine that I'm sorry, this is just a random thought now that we've started and this has entered my brain, but there probably were critics back in the day who, like, they went to a show and they heard, like, the same orchestra or opera song, like, twice or more than once. They started getting annoyed of it. Can you imagine that? You go on to write on ye old parchment paper, 1 out of 5 stars, do not go see Beethoven. It isn't worth the 5 shillings that I've paid to see a whole orchestra.
It's like, isn't that guy like deaf and still making compositions? Yeah, but he sucks at it.
You can tell he's deaf. And he's trying to punish the rest of us.
R.I.P. Beethoven. Anyway, we're going to get to the list.
Beethoven's rolling in his grave looking at what we call music today. So I'd say we just get this wrote on the show and go for it.
This is probably top 2 of my fiance's least favorite songs to exist. At 25, we got Wagon Wheel by Darius Rucker.
Oh. That's
Overplayed?
That's what I'm...
Obviously not anymore because it's like 10 years old, but
yeah, I'll admit at the time that it came out, it was pretty there. You didn't hardly hear anything else on the radio, but now I don't hear it quite so often. And honestly, I have it in my playlist, but it doesn't come up often. So when it does come up often, I'm just, hey, rock me, mama, like a wagon. It's probably one of my favorites. I hate it because it was overplayed at the time, but now I love the song, and I can't bring myself to hate it. It's just too catchy, too upbeat.
For me, I don't listen to enough country to hate this song in particular, so I don't mind it. If it comes on, whatever. But I know if it comes on and my fiance is in the room, she's gonna do whatever it takes to shut the music off.
I will find a way to play that song in its entirety. With her listening to it.
The other one is Red Solo Cup, also not her favorite. But
how do you hate Red Solo Cup, man? That is like iconic.
Now you can't hate it because R.I.P. Toby Keith. Now you can't hate it. You gotta like it.
That'd be mean to Toby Keith. He's in the cold hard ground, and you'll make him feel bad if you don't like that song.
Pour one out in the Red Solo for him.
So okay, here's a funny thing. I know we're doing the list, but here's a funny thing: is apparently like the trope of like Red Solo Cups is you can see one right in the background of my camera against the speak. The trope of Red Solo Cups for like America, like we understand it. It's like, oh yeah, we're throwing a party, go to Walmart, get Red Solo Cups. Apparently, that like Europe does not believe that the Red Solo Cup is a real thing. They think it's like a movie trope or something like that. And I've seen a couple different posts around the internet in different ways say this. But yeah, essentially, like Europeans and Europe view Red Solo Cup as, oh yeah, that's not a real thing Americans do. That's just like a movie trope. And so then whenever you bust it out, like, yeah, let's get the Red Solo Cups, they're like, you guys actually do that? Yeah, we got a whole song dedicated. We got a whole song dedicated to it, man. What do you mean?
Before we spend too much time on that, the next one at 24, we got How You Remind Me by Nickelback, which, in my personal opinion, Nickelback is not overplayed in the slightest.
Oh
Uh,
no, never, not once.
people really hate Nickelback still, which, granted, the lead singer is kind of not the best person, but um, the music is great in my opinion, and I think they still make good music.
Okay, because here's the thing for me, right? Is like Nickelback was in that like perfect genre of like the mid 2000s alt rock. I can't even consider them grunge, just like alt
They're
rock.
not quite grunge.
Yeah, or not even like new metal. They were just that 2005 alt rock, and they happened to be at the height of it, and so they took the brunt of it. But answer me this right now, right? Everyone everyone claims to hate Nickelback, right? But as soon as Rockstar or Photograph comes on, what happens? Everybody's right there singing it because everybody knows the lyrics to it. You all are some liars. You secretly love Nickelback and you're too afraid to admit it.
There's one guy, he's like in his mid 40s and tells, at work, tells a 30-year-old that he hates Nickelback, and the 30-year-old is like ready to fight him every single time. I've heard them argue about it for so long. Also, I found out, for how you remind me, the chorus was made. He had a girlfriend at the time, and they got in a fight, and he immediately went downstairs and started writing and like singing through his microphone and blasting. Like, it's not like you to say sorry, and then like he came up after he was calmed down, and his girlfriend is like, "Have you been working on a new song?"
Well, you've been
like, "It
working on a
sounds
new
great."
song. I can't imagine the dissonance of like hearing that and just like the mindset of looking at her. Oh, you're working on a new song. It sounds great. Oh yeah, you would think that, wouldn't you? Oh my god, just like the anger, because now he's gonna feel bad. He's gonna be like, "Oh god, I'm making the song because I'm mad at her at the moment. And now she's telling me my new song sounds good. How do I tell her that I wrote the song because I was pissed off, man?"
He's probably like, "Yeah, thanks," and just went on. Uh, this, this one should be pretty quick. Number 23, YMCA by the Village People.
Oh, dude, you can't even see. Here's the problem with these lists of overplayed songs: is it always picks the frickin' bangers, man. Look, I know I'm neon white, but when this comes on in the club, bro, it's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the you got a groove, man.
I feel like it comes on at the perfect times nowadays. Like, now it's just like you're in a bad mood and you hear YMCA, it's like, okay, I'm in a little bit slightly better mood just because of that.
I love that meme from Inside Out where it's like, band? I was in a band once. Just to flash back to that goofy guy wearing the cowboy hat with the mustache while they're singing the YMCA. Have you ever seen that one?
I'd have to
I guarantee you've seen it and you don't even realize it, but I will send it to you after we record this one. I love that one every single time. But I'll tell you what, where I hear the YMCA the most, I guess the reason that I specifically don't hate it is because most of the time I've ever heard it has usually been at like a wedding.
I was gonna say,
like
this is
somewhere where it's in character to play a gimmicky song. I can't recall a time I've ever heard that just playing on the radio.
Yeah, there's a few songs on this list that are like, I only hear them at weddings, so it's not terrible. But number 22, I don't know why this is on. Okay, I understand overplayed song, but Somebody That I Used to Know by Gaudier, which he actually hates that it got so popular. Fun
Is
fact.
that how you say his actual name?
I think that's how you say it, Gaudier. Gotye.
Yeah, I've always wondered. This is another rabbit hole tangent, but I have always wondered how in the world to say that dude's name. And for the longest time, I know that this pronunciation isn't correct. But in my head, I say Gotye.
Gotye?
Gotye.
No, I don't have
Like-
Kanye West on hand.
Literally like got milk. Can you imagine making a shirt that says Gotye with just a picture of Kanye West's face on it? Gotye?
We
Question mark.
need to. We need to make that right now.
Oh man, put it on a shirt.
Number 21. We got a long ways to go. Love Shack by the B-52s. Again, I think it's one that comes on so sparingly now. Out one of my jobs, it was in the regular rotation, so honestly, I've heard it quite a bit, but I don't mind it.
I gotta put it on to even know what I'm supposed to be. That is so loud. I gotta turn that down a little bit. Oh, I know this song. Oh,
I don't think you like this song.
I'm pretty sure. Okay, so this song is like, I hate this for a different reason. Is because this, I'm pretty sure it was this song that always came on the radio when I used to work at my other job. And for anyone who might not be aware, which would include most of you, I was not a big fan of my old job. And this they had like a set rotation of different genres of music for different days of the week. So like, it wasn't like I was listening to this all the time. But I remember on that one day when they would be like I don't even know, when did this song come out?
I thought it was like 80s.
1989, yeah. So when they'd be playing like, 80s, because they'd have like Motley Crue and Van Halen sprinkled in there. And then this song would come on. And it just, like, whenever I was having a bad day, this was just like salt in the wound on top of that.
I definitely had a lot of songs like that. It's like, please, I need to walk outside of this building before something happens to someone.
Like, I don't necessarily hate the song. I don't think it's necessarily a terrible song, but I've only ever heard it in an environment which was not very conducive to garnering any of my respect for the song. Which is a big fancy word salad way of saying that I listened to it when I was mad, so I don't like it.
That's fair. I'm gonna move on to number 20, and this is an Aerosmith song. I love Aerosmith, one of my favorite bands. And
don't want to miss a thing. You don't even have to say it. I know exactly what it is because it played about 17 times in the movie Armageddon.
Which, I enjoy the song, but as soon as I started listening to more Aerosmith songs, I'm like, yeah, this song can go. Like, I've heard this way too many times now. I don't really like it. There's so many other way better songs by Aerosmith.
I think, well,
Angel is another one for me that I just don't really like their love songs as much.
Yeah, their slower ones didn't hit quite the same way. Although I like the tone to Don't Want to Miss a Thing.
Oh, yeah.
But I definitely do believe and see how it was overplayed in pretty much everything. I mean, even in cinema. They played it like four times in the movie or something. This is just an insane amount. Like, I can understand reusing a song once. Maybe it's like, oh yeah, we're tying together a scene from the beginning with the scene from the end, and we're playing the same song, but it has a new meaning now. Look how cool that is. You cannot make an excuse that will fit the bill for saying, oh yeah, we only got the rights to one song, so we just sprinkled it about 17 times throughout this movie. Oh, that's my rant.
19. Get Lucky by Daft Punk, which at the time I think it really was overplayed, but it's so catchy. I still enjoy it. I didn't hear it. Like, the thing with me and these poppy songs, I don't listen to like pop radio stations because I know I'm going to hear the same songs about 4 or 5 times a day. So for me, it's like, turn on something and it's like, oh, I can listen to this, and then I wouldn't hear it again for almost the rest of the day. So
for quite a while.
Daft Punk is awesome.
That's fair. And I can see, I know Get Lucky was played a lot because who did they have on that one?
Pharrell Williams.
Yeah, Pharrell Williams. So yeah, I think that's why it was probably played so much. Is not that Daft Punk wasn't popular, it just they weren't like mainstream popular. And to be fair, Daft Punk quite often makes songs that are like that, very catchy beat but very repetitive.
Satisfaction.
Around the world. Around the world, around the world, around the... That's it, the whole song.
Yeah, I do love EDM though, so I mean it's easy for me to like. This one, I don't feel it's overplayed necessarily. Number 18 is Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. Can see how this is on the list, definitely.
I get it. I get why it was on the list, because it was another one of those songs that when it came out, it was like boom, super popular. I never listened to it a lot because, like you, I didn't listen to popular radio a lot. So I only ever heard the song when I wanted to hear it, or if it just so happened to come on the radio when I was listening to it. I will say, however, that the Glitch Mob remix for the Battlefield 1 trailer, I think that did amazing wonders for that song. Have you ever heard that version of it?
I'm trying to think of it, and I believe I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that
Glitch Mob is amazing in themselves.
Yeah, the Glitch Mob remix for Seven Nation Army, I think, breathed a nice spark of life into that song, and I think probably brought a lot of people back around to it to listen to it again and be like, okay, maybe the song's not that bad. I've given it some time. So
this song, though, unless you have more to say about Seven Nation Army, I do like the song as well. 17 is probably my second most hated song. Top 5 most hated song on this list so far, because I've checked some of the others. My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. The only time I like hearing this song is when it's sung by Toad. Only time I like it.
I can't even go that high.
Don't even try it. Your vocal cords will need surgery.
Dude, those memes. Okay.
I love those memes.
The meme where it's like Toad wrecks his car while singing Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You puts me in tears every single time. Oh boy, yeah, I knew that song was going to be on this list.
Oh, just wait. We got a ways to go. It's pretty high up on the list.
You know what? No, good old Celine. Jack, sorry, bud. There wasn't enough room on that obviously big enough door for you. Have fun in the icy depths.
Also, Lake Wissota was not created then when he did. So another Titanic fun fact, if you didn't know, he says that he went fishing on Lake Wissota. Lake Wissota is a man-made lake here in Wisconsin that wasn't made for another like 20 years.
Jack, how could you possibly have gone fishing on a lake that didn't exist? And it just like cuts over to him throwing a line out into a dirt patch in a field. Just really
someday.
I wasn't. It cuts back to him. I wasn't very good at fishing. Just I didn't catch anything. I caught a rock.
Anyways, Rip Jack. This one I've started to really love because I've learned the lyrics more, and I'd love to learn this on bass. My dad, on the other hand, hates this song. It's probably the only song he's ever said that he's openly hated, and that is, at number 16, Hotel California by the Eagles.
He hates Hotel?
Hold on. Let me... So, we were born in 1997. He was in high school when this song came out, and he said, like, another song on this list, I'll say, and I guess comparatively it would be like All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey. He said Hotel California played nonstop on the radio, and he heard it everywhere throughout like junior high school. So that's why he hates it so much, because it was so overplayed when it came out.
I suppose this song comes out, it's all anyone listens to.
He
You go to any kind of high school party, and every stoner and reefer ruffian this side of the Mississippi is learning that on guitar. Hey guys, you want to hear Hotel K? It was that generation's Wonderwall.
Another foreshadow. Let's
Man,
see.
I'm good with them.
Okay,
today.
not junior high. It came out his senior year, so throughout his senior year and college, that's all he heard was just Hotel California. So I'm sure once he got to campus, that's all he heard people playing as well.
Going over to his friend's house. Hey man, I got a new record. What'd you get? Hotel California. Oh my God, I'm leaving. Wham! Slam the door shut behind him.
Dad has never been an outwardly angry person, but I could only imagine what happened when Hotel California came on.
Joe Walsh would like some words with your father.
Okay, at number 15, when I thought this band was still good and now they're overplayed. This Love by Maroon 5.
Oh, I know that one. I mean, I'm
sure
it came
out in like 05. This love has taken its toll. That song. It took me a while to think. I love this song, but now everything they put out in like the last 10 years, I think is overplayed, overdone, super annoying. I think Adam Levine is just an annoying human being in general, and the Super Bowl didn't help.
Anything else you'd like to throw on that list while we're here? I didn't realize you were coming out swinging. You came right out of the gate.
Hey, you're hating on the P-52s. I can hate on Adam Levine.
You know what? Pile it on. I want to hear what you got for Maroon 5 because I don't have anything particularly good nor bad to say about them. They made some songs that I know.
Just every single song I've heard since junior high has been overplayed except This Love. And they got from like rock or like a soft rock to just pop. And it's annoying. They did a song with Cardi B and I can't stand her as well. Just
this is an it's interesting that you bring that up. If I could spit the words out, please. But I've happened to notice there's like this degradation in the quality of music. Like I remember in like, the 2000s and 2010s, there was like a lot of variety of music, right? You had country, you had hip hop, you had pop, you had what was it, dubstep, like Skrillex and all that was getting big at the time. You had like your grungy stuff and the alt rock and the screamo bands, and there was like this massive variety. And it feels like in like the last decade, all of that has just made this shift towards like either it's pop, hip hop, trap, or nothing. Like everything now has some kind of, you know what I'm getting towards. Like everything's got a more mainstream appeal to it instead of everything being like a unique niche thing.
It feels like now there's about like 4 genres that the radio will play, unless you go to specific radio stations where it's like, hey, we're gonna play this genre. One of my favorite radio stations around here, I can't remember what it is, but plays hard rock and metal, and it'll go all the way from Black Sabbath to something that like Pop Evil just put out, or Godsmack, like anything Godsmack, like just from the 60s to the 2020s, we're going to play it, which makes it feel fresh. You never hear same song twice in 1 week, it feels.
And you never know what you're going to hear next. Yes. There's a wide arch. And I know some people are going to get feisty and say, well, there's still different genres of music out there if you try to listen for them. No, I understand that. The internet is definitely a denizen, a lot of different cool things that you can look up. For example, I have in my recommended right now, Medal of Honor Frontline, Arnhem Nights, Ambience included. So that right there.
One of my favorite genres is lo-fi to just listen to when I'm at home.
But yeah, you said it best. There's only like 4 genres now the radio plays. So it feels like all of the popular songs today just follow the same cut and dry formula that's really boring. And it's like, man, where's the variety? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like tired of every famous top Billboard 5 song sounding like a repeat of last year's and so forth, etc.
This one, though, at number 14, is so unique. Another wedding song. We got Macarena by Los Del Rio. That is apparently a very nasty song if you look into it, but we don't look into it. We do what
Hey,
Ian
Macarena.
said.
Yeah, I love how nobody, and yeah, I've actually, if you listen to the lyrics of that song, yeah, I don't remember what like the actual literal translation of it, but I mean, you can get a gist of it even from listening to the English parts of the song, when the one girl's like, "Oh, he was out of town." And his two friends were so fine. What was I supposed to do? It's like, wait a minute here. Excuse me, what is this song about again? But it's fun to watch a whole bunch of people in a line going.
She cheated.
She cheated.
Macarena.
She cheated. Bring the maracas. Let's go.
Whenever I see the song or hear it, I always think of you. In all honesty, it's because back when we were doing videos, we did like a online Would You Rather, and it was would you rather listen to 4 hours of the Macarena or Mambo number 5. And so whenever I hear Mambo number 5 or even Macarena, it's like, oh, Mambo number 5. Ian.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo number 5. Doot, 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 doot. That's another catchy one. That's just
that did not make this list.
Interesting. Very interesting.
This one, yeah, I can see how it's overplayed, but I am shocked it's at number 13. It is by Queen. We Are the Champions. I don't feel like that's overplayed.
No, I get it, because that's one of the, like, you got to think like every sporting event that, like, I mean, you got to think like town teams and like regional and all this and other stuff. I mean, anytime anyone wins, we are the champions, my friend.
Whenever I hear I was gonna say, whenever I hear it on the radio now, usually they play "We Will Rock You" and then they'll transition into "We Are the Champions."
Yep.
So it's kind of a nice divide.
Well, it's kind of a nice slowdown too, because "We Will Rock You" is like cool, but it's so short, and then it's just over, and you're like, well, I want more. So they play "We Are the Champions" with it. So yeah, I can definitely see how it's overplayed, but I don't necessarily think that it deserves that, because I don't think
it deserves to be on this list. It's not.
That's uninspired high school event administrators who don't have enough creativity to find something else for the winning team. That's what that is. That's not Queen's fault.
Like you were telling me on your list that you saw, like "Shake It Off" by Taylor Swift deserves this spot.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying not to roll away over here. Yeah,
wheel?
They took away my carpet, man. I just got hard concrete. I keep rolling all around on it. Don't judge me. I don't have fine motor control of my swivel chair.
"Shake It Off" by Taylor Swift deserves number 13, not "We Are the Champions" by Queen.
Shake it off. Okay, that one I agree with.
I can deal with "Shake It Off," but yeah, it's very overplayed.
Okay. Let me state this. I liked Taylor a lot better when she was still country. I know that is a charged statement that has the potential for a lot of violence behind it, because Swifties are a different breed of fan. But I'm sorry, she just I liked you better.
You literally called her a Minecraft
artist.
skeleton when we talked about her in one of our earlier videos. So don't be apologizing now.
Did I say
you
that?
Sure did.
All right, I'm gonna double down on that statement. Anyway, I'm not defending her in any capacity. Okay, I'm not. I don't say this to shed a good light on the Taylor of today. I just say this that I liked Taylor better when she was a country artist. I didn't think she was the best country artist. I just thought she was better as a country artist. Because Shake It Off and like the whole what's the one that she recorded that goes hand in hand with the I'm too sexy for my shirt? She made the one that goes it's like the second half of that. It says look what you made me do or something like that.
Yeah, look what you made me do. The only reason I know that song is from the movie Sing 2.
Good, I'm glad, because that song is something else. But Shake It Off was like, it was just played everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
For like 3 years straight.
All the time.
This next one, Ian, I think you're gonna not like my opinion on this song, because I said I had like a top 5 of dislikes. I was gonna say My Heart Will Go On was like number 2, but it goes hand in hand.
What is he, like hate Led Zeppelin?
It is Jack and Diane by John Mellencamp. Because I hear this song. This song is older on this list, and I hear it like 3 times a week, and that is way too much.
All right.
Who sucks on a chili dog? Like, just sociopaths.
Sucking on a chili dog outside the Tasty Freeze. Are you sure this individual knows how to eat a chili dog? Of course he does. He's a regular dude. Look, and look over there. I can't do it. I can't.
Yeah, don't do it. The internet will go nuts.
You just look over and he's hobgobbling on a chili dog. He's not even biting it. I think we better leave. I think this fella is
he's a lost cause. Just
bro, that
Diane got a 1 in a million, dude.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, Diane knows what she's got. Okay, maybe that's one of them freaky relationships. All right, I'm just saying, a man who can suck a chili dog can sure make some other things happen with sucking. I hate the way I said that. I'm gonna stop. No,
maybe he was part of the Macarena party.
Okay, I can understand because I love Jack and Diane, but if I had to listen to it 3 times a week, I would grow insanely irritated of it too. The real criminal in this case, in this scenario, is whoever the hell it is who's only playing John Mellencamp's Jack and Diane. He had other good songs, man. He had other good songs. That's not the only one they need to play. I think in all of this, that's the issue you got to focus on. You'd be like, hey man, you sprinkle some more John Mellencamp in there. Like it's not just the one.
I don't know if I'm that big of a John Mellencamp fan in general, honestly.
I feel like you would be surprised of the number of songs he has that you have heard, and you'd be like, oh, I know that one. Like, you keep going. I'm just gonna look these up. So
I already did. Hurts So Good. Okay, that one's all right. I'd have to listen to these, but okay. We're gonna move on to the next one, which another band that I feel like isn't overplayed, but I could see. Smells Like Teen Spirit, Nirvana.
Okay, yeah, that. Well, of course,
overplayed, but I don't care if it's overplayed because I enjoy it.
I don't mind Smells Like Teen Spirit. I'll say this: I am not the world's biggest Nirvana fan, and I don't say that with like an air of I dislike them. I just grunge in particular is not my thing. I've got like onesies and two, like Come As You Are. I like Come As You Are. I like the tone of that. I like the subtle, the chill way that it just kind of flows. There's nothing crazy going on. I like that. But like grunge in itself, I'm not somebody who would just sit down and be like, all right, here's a bunch of different grunge songs I'm gonna listen to, because it's just not my thing.
An occasional grunge song is all right.
Yeah, an occasional. So I'm gonna say that's Smells Like Teen Spirit. I don't particularly think it's annoying, but then again, I also don't listen to it enough to get annoyed by it because it's not my thing.
Next one, number 10. Overplayed to hell when it came out, but I think for good reason. Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars. Like, honestly, really good song.
I think that one was up there with Happy by Pharrell for like one of those songs that was just like, oh, here's a happy upbeat song. We're going to play it on every hip hop and pop station ever for like the next 17 months.
We'll get
and
to
it was
that
just
hold on, I just looked up a little bit. Oh my god. Okay. Number 5, I looked up. I just noticed it. Number 9, I don't know if we want to delve into Uptown Funk that much. I mean, good song, definitely overplayed.
It was catchy. It was catchy. It was cool, but
this one was super catchy and I love it. But I also think it came out right before Uptown Funk, and as soon as Uptown Funk came out, this song got just evaporated. Closer by the Chainsmokers.
Closer by the Chainsmokers. Do I know that one?
So baby, hold me closer. I almost said the meme version that I love.
Do tell, Joe.
Once you listen to it, I'll tell you it.
Oh, okay. This one. When did this one even come out? 7 years ago? I felt like this came out like 3 years ago.
No, it's
the
meme version I love. It says, "Baby, hold me closer," in a bathtub with a toaster.
Dude, the toaster bath version. I got you. I see what you mean.
Well,
I figured it would have been "Don't Bring Me Down" by the Chainsmokers. I thought that was one of their more annoying ones because I heard that one play like 4 times once on a road trip, like way back just out of high school. We were listening to the radio and they played "Don't Bring Me Down" like 4 times in one day. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
I'm thinking of like the old song "Don't Bring Me Down." Or is that the same one?
Oh, the ELO. Are you thinking of no?
Yep, that one.
No, that's ELO. That's Electric Light Orchestra, and they are fantastic.
I like that song. This one I can't stand, which we talked about it earlier. All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey. Can we please cancel Mariah Carey so I never have to hear this again? Not for any specific reason, just so nobody plays the song anymore.
Man, you gotta think. There are so many classic Christmas songs that are out there. Like, you've got Bing Crosby, and you've got Elvis Presley, and what's her name who sings "Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree." You've got Eartha Kitt who sings "Santa Baby," and then you've got Mariah Carey. In the 2000s, do you think like 100 years from now, Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas Is You" is going to be thrown up there with like Christmas classics like White Christmas?
I think it already is, honestly, and I hate it. So, when I worked retail, I had to set up Christmas in September for 3 out of my like 5 years there. Christmas in September, then Black Friday rolls around, and the playlist they had was so bad. It was like the same 15 songs day after day after day, and this was one of them. So I've heard enough Mariah Carey to last 5 lifetimes.
Oof. I am sorry. It's fun to hear once at the start of the season, and then it's worn off by the end of it. You know who they really need to play on repeat? Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Yes.
That's something I could listen to on repeat. For anyone out there, if you don't know who the Trans-Siberian Orchestra is, well, just look up "Carol of the Bells." Imagine Christmas, but you have to fight Santa. He's the final boss.
Yeah,
That's the best way I can describe it. Metallica meets Christmas music. I'll say no more.
we'll try and buzz through the rest of this. 7 is All About That Bass by Meghan Trainor. Definitely overplayed at the time, but not. She's not really mentioned too much anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that song is exactly where it belongs in Forgotten Memory, because I never liked that song enough to even care to give it the attention of calling it bad. It just stay where you are, forgotten in memory.
These next two, let's buzz through them. Wonderwall by Oasis and Let It Go.
Anyway, there's Wonderwall.
Idina Menzel, so Elsa. Super overplayed.
Oh yeah.
I love Wonderwall as a meme. Just randomly thrown in. Well, here's and now here's Wonderwall.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Let It Go, overplayed.
Like Frozen?
Especially when you have a
little
girl in the house and you've heard every Frozen song 100 times, but
Yeah, I feel bad, just as a quick note, I feel very bad for the actress who sung that, because the bad thing is that I appreciate Let It Go as a song. Like, she sings very beautifully, and she's got a great voice. And you just so happen to pick the one audience that will listen to your song on repeat 15 times in one day and not have a single problem with that, and that audience is children. And unfortunately, children live with parents. I mean, I guess not unfortunately. It'd be a very bad thing if they didn't live with parents.
Anyways.
However, the parents are the recipients of that 15 times. Yeah.
My little one has gone as Elsa for a few years for Halloween, and our first year in Wisconsin, I went trick-or-treating with her because Mom was working, and she had an Elsa dress that played music. One song. It was not Let It Go. It was from Frozen 2.
Oh, really?
I walked around for 2 hours listening to the same song. Now, whenever she wears that and she starts to turn it on and, like, I have to listen to it, I'm like, no, please, no.
Oh, hang on, sweetie. I think the batteries are low in this thing. Oh, no, it's not working.
No,
what do we do?
She's way too smart. She'd be like, what'd you do with the batteries? This was working fine for the 72 hours I was playing this.
That's when you just go, oh no, sweetheart. You see, Daddy was carrying around a really heavy hammer, and wouldn't you know it, I just happened to smash the microphone 15 times in a row, and now it doesn't play sound anymore. Oh, what are we gonna do?
You say that as someone who isn't a parent, and then I would definitely say the same thing as you, and then when you become one, it's like, there's, as much as I hate this, I cannot do that because she will remember it for the next lifetime. I can deal with it for an hour.
For her, it was a life-changing event that altered the direction of her future forever. For you, it was Tuesday. Smash it, and you're like,
there's still some things that she'll bring up that happened 2 years ago that I did wrong. It's like, thank you for the reminder. I feel great.
That'd be the point in time where if you had a narrator to your life, it'd be like, unbeknownst to Joe, he had altered her life and a path forever to a future life of destruction and evil trying to take over the world. Just that one moment.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Here's Wonderwall. Intermission.
This one, I love this band. Number 4, moving on from Dad Guilt. I've Got a Feeling by the Black Eyed Peas. Great song. I don't think it was too overplayed. Overplayed at parties, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's hit that point of it in its song lifespan now, where you can play it at a party, and instead of getting annoyed, everyone would just kind of go, I remember, yeah, we used to play this all the time, because it was definitely overplayed in its day. But I think it's kind of died out now, and a lot of people don't really remember it as much, I think.
Yeah.
But if you play it, then everyone goes, hey!
I'm happy Fergie is out of the Black Eyed Peas as well. And I'm glad they're still making music, the three guys. As a quick little...
Did not know any of that. That shows how much I keep up with current events.
I'll explain after, because we're at 45 minutes and we still got 3 more left.
Holy moly. All right.
Number 3, Don't Stop Believing by Journey. I was telling Ian this prior to recording, and that's why we came up with the idea. We had a fundraiser for a teacher who was going through cancer treatment, the choir teacher, which... super sweet that they did this. It was just the way they did it was super annoying. They played Don't Stop Believing over the intercom, so it's like distorted. Played it 6 times throughout the day, like between every class they played it. And then I told Ian, my dad picked me up for an appointment like an hour early. First song on the radio was Don't Stop Believing, and I hit the off button so quick. My dad was very shocked at what I did. I'm like, Dad, I've heard this 6 times today.
Please,
I don't want to hear it a 7th.
Please spare me.
I don't know if you have anything to add to that, but
I mean, Don't Stop it. I think it speaks for itself. I like it, but that's because I play it exactly as many times as I ever want to hear it. So
it's probably,
I can see why some people are annoyed with it.
It's probably one of the top 5, and this is just off the top of my head after 46 minutes of recording. I think it'll go down as like top 5, one of the best songs ever recorded by any band or artist.
Yeah. It's up there with I'd say it's probably one of the most recognizable.
I think Dream On would also be up there
anywhere,
with
yeah.
Aerosmith.
So I can see why some people hate it.
Number 2, which I'm kind of shocked, but actually, I'm very shocked. The Kid Rock version was way overplayed. Sweet Home Alabama by Leonard Skinner. The great version, not the stupid Kid Rock song.
Oh, man. I feel bad because Sweet Home Alabama has done more damage to the Leonard Skinner name than any. Because what is that song always associated with? You don't even have to say anything. Just think of the memes that you always see that song associated with. And that's a shame because Leonard Skinner has so many other fantastic songs like On the Hunt and That Smell and all them other ones. But nope, everyone just knows them by Sweet Home Alabama.
I don't know what memes you're referring to, but I'm going to say a quick story, and it might be the same. As some of you may know, my roommate is from Missouri, and when he lived down there, we were talking in Discord, and they were talking about, in Fallout terms, cousin stuff. And hold on. And we were all chilling and just making fun of him. And someone said that, like, getting with a family member, and he's like, I'm not that far south. And then my buddy Saki with his guitar immediately after started playing Sweet Home Alabama. It's one of the funniest Discord moments that I was unfortunately not recording.
Oh, God, that's amazing. That's one of those things that you can't script. It just has to happen perfectly.
And for the number 1, Happy by Pharrell Williams.
Really? That one takes the number 1 slot?
That took number 1.
Man, I'm not even sure what I thought number 1 was going to be. I just didn't feel like Happy was going to be it. Like, I mean, I get it. People didn't like it.
I think Uptown Funk should have taken number 1. Happy would take top 5. Sweet Home Alabama would not be on here. Kid Rock All Summer Long would be in the top 5.
Honestly, I thought Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You was going to take number 1. If I'm being honest, I feel like that deserves more than Happy, because Happy was like, that was definitely overplayed. But
I don't know if they listed this as, I don't know if they listed this like in order of most overplayed, but
Oh, it's just a list of overplayed songs. Okay.
and this list was made in 2017. I'm just seeing now. So
Dated. We're using dated information. It feels weird to say that, but then you have to think 2017 was 7 years ago.
probably not too outdated, honestly.
Still pretty current. Still pretty true.
They have some of their people with their opinions. Albert said Hotel California or Don't Stop Believin'. Aaron said, Hey There Delilah. And then Sheryl Crow and Kid Rock's Picture, which I can't think of.
I put your picture away.
Oh, that's not.
Sat down and cried today.
I don't think that's overplayed. Mary Jane's Last Dance and Simple Man. Dragula. No, that's not overplayed. And then also, hold on.
Who
also,
is out here?
This dude's or gal, I guess, Talon. I hear Dragula by Rob Zombie a lot on QLZ. Also, all AC/DC is played too much. Jeez.
Okay, you know what? AC/DC gets a pass, but only that's because I think it's Angus Young or somebody in an interview was like, man, people keep saying that AC/DC is out here made 7 albums that all sound the same. For the record, it's 8. So, hey, man, they found a great formula and it worked for them. But I want to know who is out here like that one
spamming
guy,
the Rob Zombie button.
spamming the Rob Zombie. But how could you get mad at that song, man? That just makes it feel like pumped up when it burn through the winter to the ditches and slam. Dude,
I
man,
think I hear Living Dead Girl way more than Dragula.
like, so you know how people always make the meme that but Officer Freebird was playing. Nah, for me, that's
Dragula was playing.
that's dude. Dragula comes on, man. I just want to get on it, dude. That's the winner right there.
I'll be playing that song as Ian enters the call for our next podcast.
Yes, that's how you get me to enter a podcast pumped and ready to go, man. If I it's like those videos of like the cockatiels or whatever. They start bouncing up and down with their owner. That'd just be me over here bouncing in my chair, hoping not to break it any more than it's already broken.
Usually we do quotes. We won't because this is our longest episode we've ever recorded so far.
Nice. But we could break that barrier.
I'm going to say the one quote that the kiddo said today. I don't know why, but she said, "Tornadoes never say sorry."
No, they really don't. Yeah, they really don't. They really don't. They just come and take all your stuff, move it 1,500 feet, and then
like a giant Enderman.
They screw up. Life like video game. I'm sorry.
Thank you for BSing with us. Let us know your most hated, overplayed, loved, and overplayed. Just songs.
Put a song in the comments, and I don't know. If I don't know it, I'll look it up, and if it sucks, I'll come back and give you a thumbs down or something. I don't know anymore, man. It's been a long day. Life's hard. It's harder if you're stupid.
We'll see you next time when Ian writes an angry email to Talon about Dragula.
Take her easy. Or don't, because I'm not gonna.